a little backstory. I grew up in a city. I'm a city boy. And about 10 years ago, I moved to live in a forest, only half an hour out of town, but in a forest. And I lived in a tree house for 6 years. And my very first night in a tree house, this was before they really had anyone else around. There was nobody else living there. There was no humanity. It was just me as the city boy living or spending a night in this shack in the middle of the forest. And it was very uncomfortable for me. And there were a lot of moments that night where all I wanted to do was bolt and go back to my apartment 30 minutes away. And I knew there were venomous snakes, there were scorpions, there were monkeys, there were whatever. I wasn't familiar with giant cockroaches 6 inches long. All the things, the cicadas that kept flying around trying to attack me while I was in my hammock. I was very uncomfortable. And there was a moment where I was able to take a breath and really try to calm and look at what was happening. And I started to speak out loud to God and call on him to try to calm whatever was coming up for me. And at that moment, Sydney, I realized that I felt threatened because I saw myself as separate. I saw myself as this human being, this man who was now in this wild forest and nature and world that he didn't understand. When in reality, I was a threat because I saw myself as separate. Nature understands that it's all part of one amazing collective. And I feel that we as human beings forget that. We forget that we are part of nature. We are not separate from nature. But the second that I see myself as separate, not only do I feel threatened, but I also become a threat.